I've been wondering if you could actually make passive income while you sleep with crypto. It turns out you could, and I've experienced it firsthand, and I'm gonna show you how it works, guys. You don't have to spend all your day watching the charts, getting all emotional, seeing your investments going down the drain, all of that. If you know what you're doing, you could literally put a pot of money and watch it grow, just like magic. And this is made possible with DeFi and liquidity pools. I'm gonna show you my current positions. I'm gonna explain to you a little bit of how this whole thing works and basically let you see for yourself. And all you need to do is watch the video from the start till the end so you don't miss out on any important information. So let's dive right in. So guys, as you can see, in less than a week, I've managed to make $82.69 from an initial investment of, I'd say, around $1,606. The amount goes up or down depending on the movement of Ethereum, and we'll come to that in a bit, guys. For those of you who are wondering which platform this is called Uniswap V3 version 3. You can do many things in it. You can swap tokens, pretty much any token you might not find on Binance or crypto.com or Kraken or any other centralized crypto platform. This is part of DeFi. It's a decentralized crypto platform where you basically connect to it with your MetaMask and swap tokens, provide liquidity, and so on and so forth. Now that we know what Uniswap is, let me explain to you how we make this money passively. We'll go to pool. This is where you can see your positions. You can see the Uniswap governance tab by clicking on vote, and you can see all the actions right here. Now let's go to charts. Charts will show you all the liquidity pools, guys. Let's go to top pools right here. Basically, as investors, we are able to add liquidity to the platform to make it much easier for people to swap their tokens with less fees. And each liquidity pool would have a particular return. For stable coins like DAI and USDC, you can get a 0.01% fee when somebody swaps their DAI for USDC and vice versa. Other non-stable coins, you can get 0.3% swap fee. This is the one I've invested in, and that's what got me the results that I got. I'm going to explain further. One thing you need to look at is the total value locked, TVL, and also the volume in the last 24 hours. This pair has had the most volume in the last 24 hours in the 0.3% range. USDC and USDT have had $54.88 million volume in the last 24 hours, but they don't pay as much. So you always have to look at the total value locked versus the volume in the last 24 hours. The volume has to be quite high and the total value locked has to be slightly lower, right? So as long as the closer to one the combination of these is, the better. So when you divide volume by TVL, it's got to be closer to 1 or vice versa. Because basically, the more money is in the pool, those fees that are accumulated from swaps will be split amongst many more people than if there was less value locked or if there were less people in that pool. Does that make sense? But then again, you want to have a considerable amount of money in the TVL and the volume in the last 24 hours and to know that it's a safe investment. Again, guys, this is not financial advice. This is just a guy from the internet explaining his experience. Always do your research before doing anything to do with your finances. This chart explains to you the volume in the last 24 hours across a span of different days in the last few days, and this chart explains to you the total value locked. And when we click on a particular pair, for example USDC and ETH, we can get a few more information about it. So volume, total value locked, volume in the last 24 hours, and the fees that have been paid in the last 24 hours. So you could see that $85,000 has been paid in the last 24 hours for a total value locked of $349 million. So you can do the math. You can check if you've got $1,000, how much fees can you get out of this fee pot right here. Now that we got this out of the way, let me show you how we add liquidity to the pool. So we go to pool right here. And the way it works, guys, you always have to provide equal value of your pairs. So for example, if you're doing USDC and Ethereum, you have to provide 50% liquidity of USDC and 50% for Ethereum. That's to stay in the range. Because in this case, in V3, we're doing concentrated liquidity, which means that we only provide liquidity for a certain range. Let me explain further. So we go to new position, and let's say we're doing Ethereum and USDC. like so. And what we're saying is we're going to provide a certain Ethereum and USDC in a certain range. So for example, we're saying that the minimum price and the maximum price, as you can see here on the screen, is what we're providing liquidity for. So if the Ethereum price goes below this range right here, we will not be providing liquidity, and therefore we will not be collecting any fees. And equally, if the price of Ethereum goes above this range right here, we will not be providing liquidity. We will only be providing liquidity in this range right here, and that's when we're going to be collecting fees. And this line here in the middle is the current price, which is $1,717 or USDC per Ethereum, because USDC is pegged to the dollar. Now, naturally, the system has selected the 0.3% fee tier. This is because it's regarded as best for most pairs. Now, for stable coins, for example, USDC and USDT, you cannot select 0.3 because you will not be collecting any fees. Nobody is going to pay 0.3% to exchange those. That's why they say 0.05% is best for stable pairs and 0.01% is best for very stable pairs. Now, you can get paid 1% for exotic pairs. For example, if you're doing Ethereum and some new coin that's just come out, which is prone to volatility, the price might double in one day, whatever. It's not stable, right? We're going to select 0.3%. Now, you will be able to collect more fees if your range is tighter, right? Like so. The tighter your range is, the more fees you'll be collecting, as long as you are within this range. If the price goes above this range or below this range, you will not be collecting any fees. And also, you'll be prone to something we call impermanent loss. Google it. There's plenty of information about it. There's also YouTube videos about it, so make sure you check it out. But then again, it becomes permanent when you withdraw your money. The only thing you need to know is as long as the price stays within the range, you'll be fine. This is why it's quite important for you to do your research and know where Ethereum might go, whether it's going to go up or down, or it's going to be ranging between a certain range, and that's how you select your range. We don't just select our range just like that. We have to know where we're going to select our range, right? So looking at the chart, I knew that the price is not going to go below like 1400 or this area right here anytime soon. Obviously, I don't have a crystal ball, but based on technical analysis, right? Because we know that recently this is the strongest support level. So I thought if I could put a range of say 1400 to 1800, that would work out. And so far, as you can see, it has not deviated from this range. And if it goes out of the range, I can always withdraw my liquidity and adjust my position. At the moment in my wallet, I only have 0.04 ETH. So if I want to make another position, I have to provide 0.02 ETH and the rest in USDC, and it has to be equal. So let's do that just like that. But I don't have enough USDC, so I have to go to my MetaMask and transfer some USDC, and then I'd be able to enter this position. Now let me show you my current positions and explain to you further. So let's go to this one right here. There's a few things we can do. See, when I entered this position, I had 50% Ethereum and 50% USDC. Why is it 31%? Because the price of Ethereum has gone up. And because it has gone up, basically it sold some of my ETH and it gave me USDC in return. This is still good because my money has gone up. So what I'm planning to do when this becomes 100% and I get out of my range, I would basically remove my liquidity and wait for Ethereum to go down, and then I'll buy Ethereum again. That way, it's like I'm trading, but I'm maximizing my returns because I'm providing liquidity in a smart way. Do you see where I'm coming from, guys? Now, here's what happens. If Ethereum price goes down, you will sell more USDT in favor of more ETH. Now, as you can see, we're in this range right here, 1495 to 1822. It hasn't gone out of my range. If I want to remove this liquidity, I could basically click on remove liquidity like this, click on max, click on remove, and it will pop up with a message saying that I have to pay certain gas fees. So it will cost me $7.88 to remove my liquidity. I'm not going to do that because I'm still interested in keeping my position. And what this means is this is an NFT, guys, which you can sell on OpenSea or another NFT market. So let's check it out on OpenSea, right? So I go to my portfolio. I've got 2 positions. I'll show you the other one in a bit. I can basically check what it's all about, right? You can check different information about it. You know, what the liquidity pool is. You know, it was minted 8 days ago. That's when I entered my position. You could check the ether scan of it as well. You check different information about it. You can go to the collection of Uniswap V3 positions, and you could check the latest activity, you know, like new listings, that kind of thing, new NFTs being minted, which means new positions being entered. Look, somebody has just entered a new position a minute ago, 5 minutes ago, 8 minutes ago. Look, people are doing this stuff, guys. Look at that. The price of this thing is 18 ETH. Beautiful. In my opinion, guys, what the best strategy is, again, this is not financial advice, but if you think that Ethereum is going to go up, right? Provide liquidity for Ethereum and USDC, collect fees when it goes up, remove your liquidity, and then adjust your liquidity afterwards, especially when Ethereum goes down again. Basically, you're trading and at the same time, you're claiming fees or collecting fees. There's many different ways of doing this, guys. I'd suggest you read about it, get more details, practice. This is my first time doing it. This is literally just an experiment and it works. There are many videos explaining how this thing works. Just type Uniswap V3 and you'll get a bunch of tutorials explaining to you everything, explaining to you what impermanent loss is, what concentrated liquidity is, and so on and so forth. So make sure you check it out, guys. Now, how do you get your money into Uniswap, right? It's not that hard. You literally buy your coins. Let's say you want to provide liquidity for Ethereum and USDC. You have to purchase Ethereum and USDC from Binance, for example. And in case you want to have a discount for transfer fees, I'm going to leave you a link down below in the description. So you go to Binance, buy your coins, send them to your MetaMask, and from MetaMask, you can do anything you want here on Uniswap. And guys, you don't just have to provide liquidity for USDC and ETH. Just check the charts, have a look at the top pools, check the ones that have a good volume and total value locked, and make your decision from there. You can also check the transactions here and see what people are investing their money in and what they're providing liquidity for. This is quite important. Again, not financial advice. Guys, do your research, practice, and hopefully it works out for you. Let me show you my other position. This is a bit of a tighter range and it's still within the range, guys. I wanted to check if a tighter range would give me a bit more money, and it turns out, yes, it does. Now, the way I see this, guys, if I put 10K or 20K, how much money can I get every single day? Because so far I've averaged around $14 to $16 per day. So let's divide 82 by 8 days. Oh no, it works out around $10 per day. But then again, that ranges. It goes up and down depending on the volume in the market. I remember the first day I netted around $14 per day. So let's say this amount gives us yeah, it's gone up while I'm talking. So you can see it's all real. So let's say we'll start with a capital of 20,000. So far, this is 5% of this, right? Now let's check what is 5% of 20,000. That's $1,000, right? And I'll divide it by 8 days, $125 per day. Who wouldn't want $1,000 in 8 days? That's practically $4,000 in a month from a $20,000 initial investment. If that's not a great return on investment, I don't know what is, guys. And the beauty of it is you can remove your liquidity and compound your investment, and that will compound your return, and keep doing the same thing like every single week if you want, especially when gas fees are low, and that's how you can grow your money. I hope you get the points, guys. Again, go check it out, go watch a bunch of videos, practice, and let me know what you think. And if you guys need a Merch by Amazon account, or you know someone who needs one, I'm going to leave you a link down below in the description. You'll get it within 24 hours of purchase. I'll also leave you below a crash course for Merch by Amazon, along with 200 plus profitable print-on-demand niches, a link to check out my full Ultimate Merch by Amazon course that's helped hundreds of people crush Merch by Amazon. And if you guys don't have time to do niche research, I'm going to leave you a link for my niche research service. I hope you got some value out of this video. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment down below with your questions or any suggestions you may have. Share with your friends, click the notification button to get notified as soon as I upload a new video, and I'll see you in the next one.